going to do an overview of LMP DG57, okay? Super clean truck. Let's just start off by saying a little backstory on how we acquired this thing. Had a guy that listed on Facebook months ago, messaged the guy about being interested. Once he knew we were serious about coming to buy the truck, he actually had a change of heart. He said he didn't want to sell it. He's like, actually, the more I think about actually taking cash to let it go, I just don't know if I can do it. Don't know if I'm gonna find another one like it. Took me a long time to find this one. I'm probably gonna have to hang on to it. I said, okay, I get it, whatever, you know, like if anything changes, let me know. Fast forward a couple of months, we're like, man, we really want to do a first gen. So we got to thinking about it, looking around, trying to find one. We just could not find the right truck. We're like, man, we're looking everywhere, can't find what we really want. No two-wheel drives, no automatics. We need a manual, four-wheel drive, preferably a two-tone first gen Cummins. Do something that really is gonna pop, people are really gonna love. So we're scavenging the internet trying to find one, just can't find one. I said, I remember this guy that had one. He said he didn't want to sell it, but let me message him again, see what we can do. Found his old information, was able to get in touch with him. I said, hey, I know you said you didn't want to sell the truck. Is there any way you would consider selling it now? He's like, I still don't think I could do it. Long story short, came out and looked at it. We talked about some numbers, got in touch with him again. He sold the truck, and here we are. And the reason the backstory is important is because the guy was not willing to let it go at first because of how hard it is to find these trucks in the first place. They're not easy to come by, they're extremely desirable, and there's not a lot of them out there. So when you put the combination of it's got the diesel, it's got the manual, it's a four-wheel drive, the paint scheme, you add up all the things that make this truck desirable and hard to find. And you can definitely see why people have a hard time selling these things anymore, because they're no longer readily available, they're hard to come by, and especially in good condition, it's, I mean, they are extremely sought after in this condition. And so that being said, we have a 1991. It is an intercooled 12-valve model. So 91, there were two different things. You could have got a non-intercooled or an intercooled model depending on when you ordered your truck, but this one is an intercooled model. It is the irregular cab, of course, the long bed configuration. It's got a 4-inch straight pipe exhaust. We've got 16x12 Mickey Thompson Classic 3s. Mickey Thompson Baja Legend MTZs. They're actually, I believe they're a 305/70/16. Yeah, 305/70R16. Super sweet wheel and tire setup on this truck. Same that we did on the OBS Ford previously. We do have some smoke tail lights in the rear, smoke turn signals in the front, along with some LED cab lights and chrome cab light housings, along with some projector style LED headlights. And of course the truck does have a full phone diode, but we do have a full chrome accent look to it. Chrome bumpers front and rear, chrome wheels, chrome cab light lenses, chrome third brake light on the rear, chrome grille, mirrors, etc. So it looks good on this truck. The chrome isn't as cool on like my 5th gen, but when it comes to these old classic trucks, it was just the thing. That was like the classy look back in the day. The truck does have some upgrades. It's got bigger injectors, a slightly bigger turbo. It's got a whole bunch of different other things under the hood. There should be details on the website listed. It does also have a 5-speed manual transmission. Let me pop in the cab here. So it's got a 5-speed, it's 4-wheel drive, 170,000 miles. Actually, we did put a new headliner, new trim pieces in the truck. So cleaned up the interior a little bit. These things always have rough interiors, it seems like. They just very brittle. When you think about the truck, it's 35 years old. It's also got a train horn, super sick. So I'm actually gonna start this thing up and give you a slow pan around. We do have a bed liner. So you do have that first gen instant start feature. It's not actually a special feature, but it's pretty cool. Like you literally just hardly touch the key and the thing just instantly fires. Let me know down in the comments section below, what's your favorite thing about this truck? Is it the two-tone? Is it the 12-valve Cummins? The manual transmission? The wheels and tires? Like if you had to pick one feature or one aspect of the truck that makes it the truck for you, or something you like about it, I want to see the comments down below. I personally, if it's me, obviously I like all the other things about it. The thing that makes this thing pop the most for me is the two-tone paint on this. It's a Fiji blue and gray two-tone. It's pretty freaking sick. For me personally, it hits hard. Like, I really like it. And of course, you've just got the feeling of the 90s first gen Cummins. Guys, it doesn't get more iconic than this. I know that back in the day, this was a very undesirable configuration of truck, but looking back in time now, it's kind of a bummer they didn't produce very many of these things because they're so freaking cool now, and maybe it just took us a while to realize it. But this truck was legitimately like the pioneer of the, not this truck exactly, but this truck, the make model, you know, with the 12-valve Cummins in it, that was the biggest thing. Like, it was the pioneer in like the new standard for a reliable turbo diesel truck that was offered to the public. And, you know, at the time it was kind of a drag because, yeah, it was a cool motor option, a cool engine option, but the rest of the truck was still old, and it was still like the old square first gen looking Dodge pickup truck that they had for 15 plus years. So it wasn't like this wow factor. But it's like, looking back now, it's like, oh man, dude, like, you just can't find them anymore. And they just never knew that these things were going to take off the way that they did, and they didn't make a lot of them because they just didn't sell well, and that's the way that it goes. But I guess maybe that's part of the reason why this truck is also exploding in value faster than almost any other diesel pickup truck on the market. And on that note, I am going to say this. When it comes to these trucks more specifically, you can't look at it as the same as any other pickup truck or any other diesel truck for that matter, because although I love my 5th gen over there, I'm not going to lie, I love driving that thing. I love hauling these trucks with that truck. It's super comfortable. I know that every mile I put on that truck is killing it in terms of its value and stuff like that. That's not quite the same. Like, yeah, you don't want to put ridiculous miles in these trucks if you really care about resale value, but for the most part, people know that these are million-mile trucks. So as long as you take really good care of them, you keep them in good shape, you keep them from rotting out, keep them coated up in fluids, I mean, these trucks are only going up in value rapidly. So when you think about entering to win this truck, also think about the fact that this is an asset that is going to grow in value. It's going to appreciate the longer you own it, as long as you take care of it. So you're looking at a truck now, it might be worth 25 to 30 grand, but like, you're looking at a truck that 10 years from now, really, I don't want to say for sure, but I will say this truck will bring every bit of another 30 to 40% or 50% of its value increase within the next 10 years or more. It could go up 100%, it could be worth, you know, almost 50,000 bucks. And it's not because like, oh, this is just the best first gen out there and that's why it would go up. That's not necessarily it. It's got all the desirable aspects that people want. And as time goes on, more of these will get wrecked, more of them will be storm damaged, more of them will be totaled out, more of them will be parted out. And the amount of these things that are going to be left, as the availability on these things drops, the prices will continue to rise. And these trucks will not, I promise you, they will not get any cheaper in the next 10 years. In fact, I can't promise we're going to be able to keep finding these things in the next 10 years. So on that note, you might want to tap the link in the description below and get entered for this thing while you can, guys. This truck's an absolute unit, one of my favorite paint schemes of all time, and I freaking know you're going to love this truck just as much as I do. Thanks so much, guys. Catch you in the next one.